Hi, friends. This book is called The Great Wave, and it's inspired by Hokusai, who is this amazing Japanese painter. So, we're going to kind of learn about him today. And we can learn a lot about the different Japanese art styles along the way, too. Aki and Taro were childless. The summer of their lives was nearing an end, but they had neither a boy nor a girl, and to give them joy. The couple had waited very long, and they had tried everything they knew to have a child. They had eaten countless herbs and special foods, and they had prayed fervently and given offerings in the temple. At last they felt their hopes was gone. The child they had desired did not come. There were so many nights of tears and sorrow, and then suddenly, a miracle. It happened on an icy cold day in winter. The wind raged over the sea and threw mighty waves upon the land, and the men of the village still had to go out to catch fish, for winter was the season of hunger, and no fish meant even less to eat. 3 long ships set out from the harbor. Together they found the stormy surf, ascending wave after wave to the crest and falling back again into the throes. The man advanced in this way, wave upon wave, waiting for the right moment. They had fish to catch, whatever at the cost. Then, just as they prepared to throw out their nest, an enormous wave rose up from them, and it rose like a giant creature, opening its foamy mouth, greedily swallowing up everything before it. Fishermen, nets, boats, everything. The men held their breaths in fear, clinging to the ships and ducking down. Some even closed their eyes. Hold on, my friends. Oh, hold on, sorry. There we go. When they looked out again, the wave had broken. The brave fishing group had been spared. Soon the sea became as calm as the men's silent relief, and this quiet was penetrated by a small angry cry, and Taro was heard to shout, "Look! That wet bundle there is a child, a brand new life. The wave has set it down in our boat." Taro's heart beat more wildly than all the drums in the world together. He took the baby boy in his arms, and the crying child felt silent. Taro smiled. The child so long awaited and so long hoped for had arrived at last. The happy years passed. Nakoi, the boy from the sea, had a mighty appetite. He ate bowl after bowl of delicious rice, yet he did not grow any bigger. Now his 7th birthday was drawing near, and he barely grew an inch. Aki was worried. Would he always stay so small? And Taro often thought, how could he ever become a proper fisherman? But the wise parents had come to know patience, but their child did not want to grow. Maybe they had only had to wait a little longer. Was it a great joy just to hold onto the tiny life into their arms? Nakoi waited to grow as well, while all of his friends shot upwards faster than bamboo. The boy often sat in the trunk of the old pine tree that stretched its branches over the sea, the water. As he sat, Nakoi's thoughts drifted across the sea, coming and going like the water's ebb and flow. The thoughts tormented him with hundreds of questions. Why am I not like the other children? Why did I not come from my mother's belly? Did a woman or a mysterious wave bring me into the world? Who is my real father? Who is my mother? Whom should I truly love? One day, as he was sitting on the tree's trunk, Nokoi spied a beautiful fish beneath him. Its scales shimmered like silver, and it swam back and forth excitedly, as if wanting to speak. The boy leaned down, and the fish smiled at him. He leaned down further, and the fish called out his name. And then Nokoi leaned as far as he could and fell head first into the sea. Underwater, the fish seemed enormous. Its impressive whiskers were curly and black, and its voice rich and strong. "Help, little man! Come with me, and I know who can answer your questions." Nokoi swam behind him as if he too had fins. As the boy and the fish got further from the shore, their surroundings changed. The water became darker and colder, and the current stronger and stronger. Nokoi clung tightly to his friend just to keep going. "I thought everything was nice and calm under the sea," the boy said to himself. "I thought you could collect coral, hide among the water lilies, play with starfish, and find lost treasures, but the silent fish could not hear Nokoi's thoughts." And the two dived deeper and deeper into the dark underwater world. Then, without warning, they plunged into the whirlpool, and Nokoi was seized with panic. With all his might, the boy pulled at his fins with a scaly companion. The fish reared up and swam more slowly, and at last came to a stop. "Where are you bringing me? I don't want to go further. I'm cold and I'm scared. Please turn around, and my parents might be worried. I want to go back to them, and quickly, too." At these words, the animal's silver scales trembled and shone with joy. The back of the fish lengthened and began to move like a wave. Its body became larger and larger, sprouting mighty feet with sharp golden claws, and from its fins, the fish had turned into a dragon. "Hold on tight," roared the dragon. With a single blow of its tail, the dragon thrust itself out of the ocean, flew over the volcano, and placed the boy gently upon its dearly beloved beach. "Goodbye, my friend," he said from the cloud above the sea. "Now go, you no longer need me." Nokoi did not speak. As soon as he felt the sand beneath his feet, he began to run. The happy boy ran and ran all the way along to his parents' house. When he finally reached home, Nokoi turned around to thank his noble friend. But the dragon was gone. The sea was as smooth as glass, as if nothing had happened. Now it is spring, and today is Koi Nobori, a children's festival. The 1,001 carp fish float into the wind, their bodies made of humble cloth. Nokoi looks proudly at his fluttering streamer. It swims in the wind, side by side with those of Taro, his father, Aki, his mother. All three seem carried by the great wave, filled with love. Joyful laughter is everywhere, for Nokoi has grown bigger. And the great wave off Kang Agoi is by Hokusai. And Hokusai made the great wave as a part of a picture series called 36 Views of Mount Fuji, which is a mountain in Japan. You can also hear the great wave in the musical piece called La Mer, or the Sea, the French composer Claude Debussy. Debussy once said that Hokusai's colorful woodcut inspired him to write this. Now, I know that book didn't really tell us a lot about Hokusai, but we have a lot about this right here. So Hokusai is a famous Japanese painter, and he did a lot of printmaking. And printmaking is when you can create lots of different things at the same time. So painting, you only get one of the same. But printmaking, you can have a lot. It's kind of like a printer, but it takes a lot more time to make, right? And he was born in 1760 in what is now called Tokyo. And he learned how to draw as a child, and he practiced art every single day. And a lot of people called him as a crazy old man when he was drawing, but he really admired European artists, and other European artists really admired him for his different things. So he loved to show the sea very often, and Japan really consists of 7 different islands, which has a really big coastline, which means that there's just sea all around it, right? Another thing is that they use this book as a way to kind of show that a picture can have a different, world in it, right? This might not be what Hokusai thought of while he was painting it, but it's kind of the world that people create by seeing art, right? Picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So I want you to tell me what you learned about Hokusai. You can tell me about the story. You can tell me anything that you learned from this. And I hope to see you all soon, friends. Bye.